Hello, folks. How you doing out there in this wonderful country of ours, United Kingdom? So the Labour Party conference is over. Yeah, and all I've noticed and all I've picked up on is the childish game of let's call Nigel Farage a racist. Let's call everybody that supports reform a racist. And also, when certain members of the Labour Party have been asked direct questions and the answer should just be a yes or no answer, they haven't answered the questions or they've tried to divert around it. Honestly, how long is this going to go on for? Because we've got a government that is running the country, or should we say, ruining the country, and are not giving straight answers to straight answer questions, and running reform down by using words like racist and Nazis, which I think is absolutely disgusting, despicable behaviour by the Labour Party. And I think also it proves to show that the Labour Party are behaving in a very childish like manner. They have no idea what they're doing. And instead of sitting there and having their conference and saying to the Labour Party members, this is what we're going to do to make the country great again, they've seemed to have spent more time on this is what we need to do to stop reform getting in. But by actually putting reform and its supporters down, it's actually probably boosted reform's chance of getting in, and it's actually boosted reform's popularity with the people. I don't understand what Keir Starmer's saying, because most of the time he's saying stuff about reform, about causing division within the country, when it's actually the Labour Party themselves that have caused most of the division. And you've seen it by coming out and basically saying anyone that supports reform or believes what reform are doing and goes along with reform's ideas and policies are racist. So the ones that are actually causing the divisions within the country are actually Labour and not Reform. Let's face it, Reform haven't even got in yet. We haven't had a general election, and Reform are not running the country yet. But the chances are, if a general election was called, Nigel Farage would be the Prime Minister of this country. And while I'm talking about Nigel Farage, I'm now going to get on to Nigel Farage's statement or his speech that he did after the Labour conference was finished. I personally think that the way Nigel Farage spoke was very good. He spoke like a true leader and he spoke like a Prime Minister. Now, if you look at the way Nigel Farage addressed the public the other day after the Labour conference had finished, bearing in mind he wasn't there, although he got mentioned more than anybody else by the Labour Party, the way Nigel Farage handled himself, I thought, was very professional and very ministerial and very Prime Minister-like. Unlike the way that Keir Starmer's been handling himself for the last 15 months. It just goes to show that one man is fit for the job and the one man that's doing the job shouldn't be in the job. And with coming out with some of the slurs on Nigel Farage and Reform and its supporters, to my mind, Keir Starmer is losing the plot. Then, speaking of Keir Starmer, did he ever have any notion of what he was doing in the first place? Seems to be that Labour Party have come in, been given the power, and are just winging it. When Reform, and even the Tories, have got an idea of what they would do if they got into power. The ones that have the power, the ones that are supposed to be running the country, haven't got a clue. As for the rest of the Labour cabinet, the way they've carried on and conducted themselves in front of the public, especially David Lammy, which I think was absolutely disgusting, I think they all ought to be rather ashamed of themselves. They're supposed to be politicians, they're supposed to be the ruling party of the United Kingdom, and they're actually showing themselves up for what they are. It don't look good. It don't look good at all. You know, you're supposed to be showing the country that you care about the people in this country. You care about the things that are going on in this country. You want to make the country better, but you've actually spent most of it putting the Reform Party and its supporters and its leader and its members down. That don't show me that you care about the country. That shows me all you care about is you having the power. I've said this before, I think King Charles needs to step in and dissolve Parliament because he's got a party that is running the country that don't have a clue. And after their behaviour at their conference, I think that's all he needs to do. Hang on, I don't like this. Because them talking the way they're talking and accusing people of being racist, Nazis, they're causing a division. They're causing a division within the community, within the country, and they're just giving fuel to people like Antifa and Stand Up Against Racism. You know, it's causing massive problems, massive division. It's not working. What they're doing, Labour, they haven't got a clue. And they're behaving like children in the playground. My dad's bigger than your dad. I think Labour needs to go. Let's see what happens, because I think very soon Sir Keir Starmer is going to have to face facts and he's going to have to resign and step down as leader of the Labour Party. And let's face it, Keir, I ain't no politician, mate, but the way you're behaving yourself, I can never remember ever in my lifetime a politician, a member of any political party and any Prime Minister talking the way you have. It's disgusting. You shouldn't be doing it, and you shouldn't be in power. So resign. Goodbye, people, and thanks for listening. Have a good day now.